Have you ever been too scared to open a medical bill because you have no idea how it'll stack up to your expectations? You're not alone. Medical bills are a leading cause of bankruptcy in America. And in this video, we're going to discuss what you can do if yours comes back way higher than you thought. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shamy. I'm a healthcare finance consultant. And this channel is all about helping you understand your health insurance to keep more money in your pocket. So if that's something you're interested in, please subscribe down below. Before we tackle this problem, first we have to address, how did your bill get to be higher than expected in the first place? First, your sticker shock might be because of your deductible. That's the amount you have to pay out of your own pocket each year before your insurance starts paying for the bill. So if your deductible is $2,000 and you haven't hit it yet this year, that high bill might just reflect your increased responsibility until you do. After you hit that amount, then you're only on the hook for your copays or co-insurance. Second, it could be balance billing. Balance billing usually occurs when you seek out-of-network care and your doctor's office bills you for the difference or balance between the amount approved by your health insurance company and the amount they billed. The amount approved by your health insurance company includes the amount your plan pays, plus your cost share in deductibles, copays, and co-insurance. So anything above that is considered balance billing. The No Surprises Act of 2022 stops balance bills, also known as surprise bills, and bans charging you out-of-network cost sharing in certain scenarios. These include most emergency care received at an out-of-network hospital, out-of-network air ambulance services, and when you get non-emergency services by an out-of-network doctor at an in-network hospital. In these scenarios, your provider can't balance bill you, and your insurance can't charge you more than the in-network rates. But there are still times you might get balance bills, like for non-emergency care at an out-of-network facility, or if you signed a consent form to waive protections under the No Surprises Act. Check out the link below for an overview of these rules. Third, it might be your location. Healthcare costs vary widely depending on where you live. And if you live in an expensive state like New York or California, your procedure might cost way more than your friend in Tennessee paid. To see how your charges compare to those in your area, use tools like fairhealthconsumer.org to compare average prices for procedures by zip code. But on to blaming other people. Now, if it's not your deductible, balance billing, or your location, it could be errors on the medical bill itself. In fact, 80% of medical bills contain errors from billing you for the wrong procedure to billing you twice for the same procedure. And we'll discuss what you can do step by step shortly to identify, correct, and lower your medical bill because of these errors. And finally, your health insurance company may have misinterpreted and misapplied your benefits, leaving you on the hook for more money. This happened to me when my health insurance company thought that a service I received wasn't covered, but it was. We'll discuss what I did to resolve that later and how you can do it too. So what can you actually do if you get that scary bill? Well, tip number one is to check your bill for errors and ask for revisions. And here's how. Don't pay the bill just yet. Call the hospital or doctor's office and ask for an itemized bill. This is a line-by-line breakdown for each service or procedure you received, along with the prices charged. Now, a lot of hospital bills already look detailed, but a true itemized bill will include CPT or HCPCS code, which are usually 5 characters long, starting with a number or a letter. These are industry standard codes that make it easier for you to spot mistakes like duplicate charges. Now here's the thing. Most hospitals won't send you an itemized bill unless you request it. But once you do, they are legally required to send it to you within 30 days. Once you receive it, compare it to your explanation of benefits or EOB from your insurance company. The EOB shows you what your plan paid and what you're responsible for. For each service, look at the your share amount and make sure it matches what your doctor or hospital is billing you. If your bill is higher, call the billing office and say, my EOB shows I owe X dollar for this procedure. Can you please explain why your bill says I owe Y dollars? If they agree it's off, ask for a revised bill that matches what your health insurance company says you owe. As you're reviewing your itemized bill, if it looks like you were charged twice for the same procedure, definitely call your doctor's billing office and ask them to review and revise it if incorrect. Double billing is actually pretty common if you were treated by more than one doctor who each sent separate bills. Sometimes each office accidentally charges you for the same procedure because they didn't coordinate who would bill for what. For example, if you're admitted to the hospital for surgery, the hospital might bill you facility fees for using the operating room. Then the surgeon sends a separate bill for actually performing the surgery. Meanwhile, the anesthesiologist could bill you for putting you under, and the lab might send you yet another bill for running tests. So if there's poor coordination, you could accidentally get charged twice for things like anesthesia or certain tests by different providers. If other things seem off, like the wrong date for a service you didn't receive, or something that just doesn't make sense to you, be sure to ask your doctor's office for a copy of your medical records. Compare those records to your bill because you shouldn't be charged for any services that aren't documented. If the bill does include something that's not in your medical records, bring it up with your hospital or doctor's office's billing team and request a correction. Note that some hospitals do charge a small fee for access to your records, which depends on your state, so be sure to ask about those. And last but not least, sometimes it's not your doctor's office's fault, but the insurance company misunderstanding or misapplying your benefits. This is where it pays to know what services are covered by your plan by checking the plan document in your health insurance portal. This knowledge saved me when I received a minor procedure twice, and both times my EOB and doctor's bill showed that I was fully responsible for the anesthesia and sent me a bill for $1,000 each time. But because I checked my plan document and knew anesthesia was covered, I called my health insurance company, pointed them to my plan document, and had them reapply my benefits correctly. In my case, it completely eliminated those charges, saving me $2,000. So double check your benefits if something feels off so you don't end up paying for something that's not your responsibility. So if you've caught mistakes and had your bill revised, you might still be looking at a bill that you simply cannot afford. Which brings up tip number 2, to apply for financial assistance or charity care. More than half of hospitals in the US are nonprofit hospitals, and by law, they're required to have financial assistance programs, also called charity care, to keep the tax advantages of being nonprofit. Now, these programs can reduce or even completely erase your bill if you qualify. But keep in mind, hospitals set the rules on who qualifies under these policies. So to get started, search online for your hospital's name plus financial assistance policy to find the specific income requirements, application, and supporting documentation like pay stubs or tax returns to see if you qualify. That being said, generally, if your income is up to 204% of the federal poverty level, your bill could be completely covered. The federal poverty level varies by year and household size, and for a household of 1 in 2025, the federal poverty level is $15,650, or 204% of that is $31,926. That means if you earn less than $31,926, you might not have to pay anything at all. If your income is between 204% and 322% of the federal poverty level, which for one person in 2025 is between $31,926 and $50,393 per year, charity care will typically cover a percentage of your bill, reducing what you owe. If you don't qualify for financial assistance, ask for a reduced payment or a payment plan. Hospitals and doctor's offices are incentivized to reduce your bill or waive certain fees altogether if they can secure a guaranteed payment for a lower amount, rather than have you be unable to pay, which could ultimately cost them more. You'll also want to ask about a payment plan to pay your bill in smaller monthly chunks over time, often at little or no interest, especially if you work it out directly with them rather than with a third-party creditor. This is because your hospital or doctor's office would rather get paid slowly rather than risk not getting paid at all or having to send your account to collections, which costs them money. Healthcare in the US can be overwhelming, and if you need help understanding your bill, applying for financial assistance, or accessing your medical records, please consider reaching out to a patient advocate. These are professionals that help you navigate the healthcare system, and many hospitals have one on staff you can ask about or search for an advocacy group online that helps with medical bills in your state. If you want to learn to be more proactive rather than reactive when it comes to medical bills, definitely watch my video on how to estimate your healthcare expenses before your procedure so you can go into your next appointment feeling prepared instead of panicked. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.